Okay, hello everyone. I'm so dang excited for today's Zoom. You have no idea. This has been planned for like 2 weeks. Um, but if you don't know who I am, my name is Courtney Wazalowski. I'm a double diamond, soon to be triple diamond with the company. I've been with the business just over 4 years, and I am just so excited to bring you some tips from my girl Jamie, who has been in the business. It'll be a month tomorrow, and she has signed 34 customers in her first month and a distributor. She is insane. You guys are going to love her tips. So Jamie, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. If you want to go ahead and just share like a little bit about you, why you started, what you wanted this to do for you, and all of that good stuff.
Okay, cool. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, so I'm Jamie. I joined this because I knew that my job was about to put a bunch of us on unemployment and I got scared. This was supposed to be my year of saving, save, because I have a wedding coming up. And knowing that I was going to be going on unemployment, I was terrified and I was like, oh no, like I'm not going to be able to save like I planned. I'm actually an accountant like on the side, so like budgeting is like huge for me. So I was like, oh my God, like I'm not going to be able to budget and save like I had planned for our wedding. So that's why I joined this business. And let me just say, like, when I joined this business, guys, I was so scared. Like, I literally had no idea what I was doing. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to sell this stuff. I'm not a salesperson. Like, and my sisters are also like my best friends. And as soon as I joined, my sister sent me all these articles about like, oh, this is a pyramid scheme, and like all these reviews about like people saying negative things about it. And I was terrified. Like literally the day after I signed, I almost messaged Courtney and saying like, oh, just kidding. Like, I don't think I'm going to do this. But I was like, you know what? Screw it. Like, I'm going to try it. You never know until you try. So I did. And I've been doing really well. And I hope I continue to do really well. So yeah, that's a little about me and why I got started.
Oh my gosh, I love that. How many of you, when you started, put a one in the chat if you got started and somebody said something negative to you? Someone said that's illegal, or that's a pyramid scheme, or the products don't work, or whatever. Y'all, my grandpa called me and asked me if we had bail money set aside for when I get put in jail for what I do. Okay. People have weird thoughts in their head that they're like, oh, because my friend's sister's aunt's cousin's best friend's dog tried and they didn't make any money, so like it's obviously a scam. And like people have crazy thoughts, but I'm so glad that you pushed through it and you were like, you know what, like I know why I started. I need the money. I'm gonna see what can happen. And you are doing insane. So the first thing that I want to know, what did, not that I'm going to take the credit, but like what did I do or what did I say or how did you kind of like, how did it click for you that you took off right away? What was it
Well,
that made that happen?
yeah, so like at the beginning, actually, was actually really still scared and I wasn't really doing kind of what I'm doing now. And I was just kind of messaging like my friends and my family, and luckily they were signing up, and that was kind of pushing me through at the beginning. And then I was like watching all these YouTube videos that you were sending and seeing all the self-development stuff. And like I really got my confidence up. And that's when I was like, okay, you know what? Like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go full in. I'm gonna start posting. I'm gonna get the customers. And then it started happening. When I started actually developing myself first, I saw an outcome just by doing what I needed to do. Like at first I was just kind of like, oh, I'll just put a story up here and there and then message my friends, like they'll sign up. And then I was like, okay, this is not going to get anywhere. So after really getting the confidence in myself, that's when I started seeing more customers signing up with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Self-development is such a big thing, which honestly, it's one of the most annoying things to hear when you're like, gosh, like I can't get anyone to sign as a customer. And someone's like, oh, do some self-development. And you're like, listen, if you say that one more time, I'm going to kill you. But it's so true because if you have no confidence in yourself or in the products or in the business, no one's going to buy from you. It's like if you went to a car dealership and you were like, okay, like I need a car. What do you got? And they're like, well, someone said that this car was good, but like I don't know. Like, would you want to buy that car? You'd be like, okay, well, I'm gonna go because like you don't seem too excited about this, so like I'm just gonna assume it's junk. So having that like confidence in yourself is so good, but I also love that you immediately, when I put recordings or whatever of trainings or things that I loved, like videos, and when I put them in the chat, you were proactive and you went and watched them. Because you guys, as when your leaders send you trainings or send you videos or send you whatever, it's not just because we're bored and have nothing else to do at that time. We are sending them in the group chat because there is something in it that can help you. We're sending them because we know that it can flip that switch where you're like, okay, I can do this. Okay, this could work. Let's try this instead. It's to keep you excited because you are going to have bad days. And if you have them and you like don't watch anything to get yourself out of that mindset, you're just gonna be like, all right, well, that was fun while it lasted, but like, I'm out. So if you keep watching those trainings, you stay tuned in, big things are gonna happen, and that's where you're gonna get that momentum and that confidence and all that good stuff. So what is your to-do list that you do every single day?
Okay, so usually right when I wake up, I lay in bed for like 30 minutes. Most people probably do the same. And I use that time to just because I usually, before I even joined this business, I always would just scroll through all of my social media accounts. So now I use that as like my interacting time. I make sure I'm commenting and liking people's posts. Since I would do that anyways, I'm just actually making sure I'm interacting and getting all my stuff out there. And then I'll add a couple people here and there if I see like, okay, like a bunch of people like this, let me add some of these people to get my network up. And then I go right into self-development. So I usually, so with being unemployed right now, I've been like, we've been doing like DIY projects around the house. So I'll usually just put like an earphone or a headbud in and I'll listen to a bunch of YouTube stuff while I'm doing all that, to really get my confidence up. And then once I'm done with that, then I go into like really hardcore posting and getting my host to post up, because then I know I'm in the mental, like I'm in the right stage mentally to be able to be doing it. And I'm confident while I'm doing it. So that's kind of my to-do list and what I do every single day.
Yeah, I love that. You guys, so many times people get on Zooms and they're like, oh, she's going to have a special to-do list that I've never heard of, that it's something that's like out of this world. And that's not the case. She just does it every single day. Every day. So like for my team, I have a group chat where like you say how many host posts you get up. And every day she gets up like so many. And I'm like, girl, you just blow me away. Like, I don't even know. Like, you're just killing it. So is there a specific number of host to posts that you aim to get up every single day?
I've been aiming for 15 a day. And then obviously it's kind of discouraging when you don't hit that, but then I use that as motivation. Okay, I only got 10 up today. That means tomorrow I'm going to get up 20. So I kind of play a game with myself, even though I know we have our team 1, 2, I kind of challenge myself like, okay, if I didn't hit my goal today, I'm going to make sure I hit it and double it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so I love that you do that because it's not like you don't just let yourself off the hook. Like if you get 5 today, it's not like you're like, all right, well that was fun. Like tomorrow you're like, okay, I want to get up 15, so tomorrow I'm gonna get up 25 because I only got up 5 today. Like you know that your average, you want 15 up a day, and clearly that number is working for you. That's getting you the results that you're wanting, and big things are happening. And your new distributor is also signing customers. So clearly what you're doing is working. You're teaching her how to do it, and it's going so well. So I already know the answer to this, but what host to post do you usually use, and how do you get them up?
So I use the 2 tablets a day, 30 pounds lost. My friend Jamie needs 5 people who want to lose this, but that one I'm pretty sure everyone probably knows which one I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
that's the one I typically stick to. I do get some people that like will kind of be weird about like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. Like I'm not into selling like weight loss drugs and stuff. And then maybe I'll like switch it up to the hair, skin, and nails or something like that. So I kind of try and read people too. Um, but yeah, that's the one I pretty much stick to. And what did you ask me a second question? I can't even remember.
You're good. I asked you how you get up most of your host to posts.
Oh, okay. So at the beginning, I was doing a bunch of green light messaging. Like I felt so annoying. I was messaging every single person, and a lot of them didn't respond. But I didn't care. I was like, I'm still doing this. I'm ignorance on fire. I'm doing this. I'm gonna get my host posts up for the day. But recently, I've been switching over to just okay. Every time that someone does a host post for me, I wait a couple days and I message them, hey, like I can get you a second entry. All you have to do is do this other host to post, and then I use that to do the attention. Jamie is giving away whatever. Comment below for an entry, and then that gives you so many more people to go out and message and do more host posts for you. It's just kind of like a revolving door. And you never have to really message people if you're doing it that way.
Yeah, and it's
So yeah,
working.
I recently started doing that though.
Yeah,
So
it's working smarter, not harder. It's so much easier to get up a couple and then just build upon that by them, because then you have them do a giveaway post, and then you have their people do a TFX post, and then a couple days later they do a giveaway post. And if you guys have any questions about her system of doing that, it's the same system I use. I got it from Mariah Newsom. I'm gonna put her name in the chat. She has a video all about host to post on her YouTube. It is incredible. It's going to give you all the ins and outs of how to get host to post up, how to do that, how to multiply it real quick. So we're not going to go too far into that, but would you say that most of your loyal customers come from host to post?
Yes. I mean, again, like I said at the beginning, it was really just like my friends and family. I was like, okay, like I have 6 friends and family to get my $150 shopping spree, and I wasn't really going hard. But now, yeah, it's pretty much all host to post. And honestly, like guys, if you're really just starting out, go hard from the beginning, because I feel like I wouldn't be so stressed out trying to hit Ruby right now if I would have just at the beginning hit it hard and went for it instead of just kind of skittish and scared and not confident.
Yeah, you guys, like I said, she's less than a month in and she's like about 700 for Ruby. She's insane. It's going to be done this month. Like, incredible. She'll probably go diamond next month. Like, insane things are happening. But I love that you said that, because so many times when people start, they're so afraid of doing things. They're like, well, I'll do like one host to post. Like, we'll see what this is about. But it's like, you know what? Just like rip the band-aid off and go for it, because it's just going to multiply and you're going to feel so much more confident, because the more customers you get, the more you're like, heck yeah, like I got this. But if you're not doing anything, that's where doubt starts to creep in your brain. So do you have any tips for how you stay organized for host to post? And then like how you follow up with people from host to post?
Yeah, so I struggled with this at the beginning because I'm not really big into like pen and paper. I really hate actually pen and paper. But I do have like my little notebook. Obviously, I keep track of all of my potential customers. That's really all I still write down. I used to like write down everything, like, okay, who did they comment on and all that stuff. And it just got too overwhelming for me. So now I just save all of my host of posts in Facebook, and I go back like almost every single day, maybe every other day, to all of them. And I check, okay, has anybody responded that I didn't see yesterday? Or if they didn't add me back, I'll cancel my request and redo it. So like they know I'm still here. And one thing I do too, which I didn't do this at the beginning, is I'll message them and say like, hey, I added you. Like once you add me back, I can message you all the details, just so that they get that notification on their end. Like, and most of the time they'll add me back at that point. Um, but yeah, I'm not really big into pen and paper, so I just kind of do it all on Facebook, besides my potential customers, because I don't want to forget about any of them. So that's really all I write down.
Yeah, so what I would give a tip about that for when people comment on a host to post, what I do that I have found works really well, because I also am not a pen and paper person. I don't like writing everyone down. It just stresses me out. It takes too long. It's just not my thing. So what I do when someone comments on a host to post, once they comment, I'll like their post or like their comment. I'll add them as a friend and I reply to their comment and say, hey, I added you as a friend. Once you accept, I'll be able to send you the details. Then once I can, like, every day I go through back my host to post, and when I click on their name, if I notice that they accepted my friend request, I'll shoot them the message that I was going to start with, but then I go back to their comment and I switch that like to a love. So then when I'm scrolling through, I know she now has accepted my friend request and I messaged her. So it's now shows as read, so I can skip right over everyone that's read. I message them, they accepted my friend request. Conversation started, we're good, go on with the regular follow-ups. And it just makes it so much easier to go through host to post, because it goes so fast, because then you can go just right past everyone that's already accepted your friend request. So that's just my little tip about that. It took a while. I got it from someone else. I don't remember who told me that, but I was like, you are a genius, I think. So do you have any tips about how you follow up with people?
I just honestly, I don't delete any of my Facebook messages, and I every single day I go back through and read them all. I honestly don't even know if Facebook has like a cap on that, because that might bite me in the butt later on. But yeah, I literally don't delete anything, and every single day I go back and review everything from the prior day. And then I'll send a follow-up message if they haven't responded, or if they said like, hey, I'm gonna order, and then I don't hear anything, then I send another follow-up message. And if I still don't hear anything, I'm sending a host post. Hey, you want to do a host post for me? So I'm every single day going back through and doing it like that. Again, I'm not writing anything down just because I'm not a big pen and paper person. But yeah, I just keep all my messages and go back through every single day.
Yeah, you guys, there's nothing crazy for follow-up. Some people are like, oh, what's your follow-up message? And I'm like, I don't know, whatever I think of at that moment. Like, it's
Mhm.
nothing crazy. There's no specific verbiage that Jamie's going to tell you that you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to follow up using that message and now everybody's going to order from me. It's not how it works. It's just continually staying in touch with them. And I love the idea. I've never even thought of it, of people that stopped answering about a product, saying like, hey girl, you want to do a host post, get an entry in this, because you're still popping up in their inbox, you're still in their brain. And sometimes people don't want to say like, girlfriend, I don't have money till Friday. Like, I don't want to tell you, but then you're just staying there. So, okay, cool. I love that. What would you give as your biggest tip to someone who's a brand new distributor, who wants to get off to a good start, who wants to sign lots of customers, but they're somewhat scared? What would you say to them?
Again, it's gonna be self-development, which I don't I probably sound like a broken record, but like I honestly looked at some of these people on these trainings like they were crazy when they kept saying it over and over and over again. But then I started doing it and like my confidence skyrocketed. And with my confidence came the customers. So it's like it's really crazy to think about, but honestly, once you build yourself your confidence, you're gonna see the results. And you're gonna every time that someone gives you a negative feedback, you're gonna be like, whatever, delete, you don't care. Like at the beginning, I took it all to heart and I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't even do this. Like, this person hates me, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like, whatever. Like, I don't even need to be their friend. It's fine. So, yeah, really, it's just self development. And like, so one thing that I actually learned while I was watching a lot of these YouTube videos is never say the word can't, because that's your brain like can't even understand when you say that. So like let's say you say I'm not going to smoke, your brain is going to hear smoking and you're going to start smoking again. Or I'm not going to eat chips for the next 20 days, your brain's going to hear chips and you're going to want those chips. So say I'm going to eat healthier, or I'm going to put the host posts up. Say it in a positive manner and be positive about what you're doing instead of I can't or I won't or anything like that. So that was one thing I learned on my self-development, and it really changed kind of my aspect of how I approach things.
Yeah, I love that. It's so true. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between a positive and a negative thought. It just hears whatever it is you're thinking and takes it for Bible. Like that is what it is. Whether you're saying like, I'm not gonna procrastinate anymore. All your brain's gonna hear is, all right, we're procrastinating today. Like, girlfriend, another day off. Like, your brain doesn't know. So, what are your best tips for self-development? If someone's brand new, they're like, all right, I don't even know what that is. Like, what would you tell them to do?
For me, I'm not like really big into reading, even though I did just order a book. But I like the YouTube. And honestly, always reach out to your upline, because that's what I do. Courtney probably gets annoyed at me because I'm like, hey, like, what can I watch next? What can I do? Like, I just always am reaching out to her of what to do next. And if I like one, I'll say like, hey, I really like this one. Like, do you have another one that's like that? So reaching out to your upline, because they have a bunch of resources and they'll always help you out. Courtney's always helped me out. But whatever, honestly, whatever like you're really into, if you're into books, buy a book that is going to help you develop personally, or whatever it is. I don't really have a lot of books because I'm not a big reader, like I said. But yeah, just find what it is that motivates you and don't stop doing it.
Yeah, love that. I know one video that I sent you that you loved. If you're looking for, it's kind of like a slap in the face, I think, but the one it's, I believe on YouTube, it's called like Life-Giving Motivation with Courtney Sharp. That is one of the best YouTube videos I've ever watched. So if you've never watched that, go watch that. Somebody said they feel like they're running out of people to message for host to post. Do you think they're just not adding enough friends?
Yes, I felt like the same way, but you can have up to 5,000 people, and honestly, the real like realistically, you probably haven't messaged 5,000 people. So yeah, keep adding people, add, and then keep doing like the cycle of host to post, like I said, because then that's going to give you more people to message and more people to comment for the giveaways, and then you can have them do a host post. So it's not all just messaging, because yeah, it does get a little bit stressful when you're always just messaging people.
Yeah. Giveaway posts help a ton too with that. I personally post about the giveaway about once a week. So if you're not doing a team giveaway, first off, reach out to your upline. You might be and you might not know about it. Second, it doesn't need to be anything crazy. It can be a sample pack of the Skinny Brew coffee that you get from the sample app. Like it doesn't need to be anything insane. Just people like getting free stuff, like that's just the name of the game. Okay. So someone said,
One more thing.
yeah, absolutely.
So one thing too that I started doing is I actually do my own personal giveaway at the end of every month. So like a lot of my friends were like, what are the odds I'm even going to win this? Like, and I was like, well, it's probably not that big of odds, but I also do own like cash giveaway at the end of the month, so that everyone who does it for me knows, okay, at the end of the month, they know that their odds are going to be, they're going to have better odds to win something. It's not big. Like I think I did $20 last month, but it's something and people appreciate that. So that I think helped me last month, and I'm going to do it again this month. And I let people know that too. Like, hey, you're going to get entered for this. Plus I do my own personal cash giveaway at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So that kind of motivates people too.
Yeah, I've done that too, where like if I'm really struggling to get some host to post up, I'm like, listen, you're going to get entered into this, but also I'm going to let you pick any product from my stash of products. Because like I order products for myself all the time, and I have some that I haven't opened yet because I have multiples, and like people love that when I'm like, all right, these are your options. And it's so awesome. Like it doesn't need to be, so many times people are like, oh, I don't have $1,000 to give away. And I'm like, girlfriend, you don't need to. Like it doesn't need to be anything crazy, just a little something. So somebody said, do you work all day or like put in 8 hours, or like how do you manage your time with that? People have to like, people feel like they're working all day long.
Well, right now I kind of am. My fiance was like, "Oh my God, you're obsessed." But I really am. I'm like obsessed with this, like, and it's crazy. Like, I'm so passionate about it. So right now I am, because I'm not doing my other job and I don't really have anything better to do. And when I say I'm working 8 hours a day, part of that to me is personal development. So like to me, when I'm doing personal development, that's like me working on myself and bettering myself for this business too. Um, but I think when I would go back to work, I think I would honestly just wake up in the morning, do all the things that I said, the interaction post, the self-development, stuff like that, go to work, and then come back and really push for like the hosted post during the later part of the day. And honestly, one thing that I just learned on one of the YouTube videos that I just watched is that a girl started only doing host to post, or like doing the bulk of them around like dinner time. And she found that more people were responding and interacting at that time. And I didn't even think about that, because more people are probably online. So I actually started doing that the past couple of days. And I actually have found that my host posts have been going up and being like, they're getting more interaction. So I don't know, that might be something too that could help, is if you wait a little bit later to start doing that stuff.
Yeah, one thing that I would say answering that is this business, unless you're in promotion month where you're like, I'm getting all the orders, like I got lots of things to happen, you don't need to spend 8 hours a day. And if you are, most likely you're not truly intentionally working. You're probably sitting scrolling on TikTok for an hour and being like, all right, I was on TikTok. No, like do the things. So what I would say, if you're struggling with feeling like you're working all the time, make a list of what you need to get done and then check mark it. And then so that you know, like, all right, I'm getting these things done, so that you're not just aimlessly doing nothing and telling yourself you're working. So I love this question. And I want to warn you, don't feel like you're going to offend me in any way, shape, or form what this question said. But she said, is there anything you loved that your upline did, or wish that your upline had did or shared with you or told you that, like, for you?
So one of the things that I think is amazing is the Telegram, because that made me be less annoying and having to like reach out for posts all the time. And the other thing is how welcoming our whole team is. Like, honestly, when I signed my first distributor, she was like, "Oh, I don't want to be added to all these groups. Like, I'm just kind of doing this to do it, like whatever." And I just kept telling her, like, "Are you sure? Like, this team is amazing. Like, they're all so nice. They're all so welcoming." And that really kind of kept me in the game and motivated me even more, because knowing that you have that team as like your backup family basically really helps. And as soon as I added my distributor to that, she was like, "Oh my God, like everyone here is so nice." And I was like, "I told you, like they're so nice, and it's like a big team and we're a big family, even though we've never even met each other face to face."
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything that you wish I would have done or told you or did with you?
um Not really. I mean, you were really helpful. And I mean, at the beginning, I guess maybe told me like, "Get your head out of your butt and just do it," because at the beginning
Listen,
I was just kind of slacking. But yeah, other than that, you were so helpful and answered all my questions. But yeah.
so what I would say for people that are wanting to work on their leadership, look within yourself and think of when you started, think of what you wanted. Think of what you struggled with and needed more of, and then do that. So for me, what she said with the Telegram group, I have a group for my team where I just have like literally 400 product posts, because when I started, my biggest struggle was figuring out what to post. It was so hard for me to figure out what to post, and I was like, I don't want to give my girls that thought that they're like, I don't know what to post, so I'm not going to post. So I made that group. Um, and I love, like, I am a red blue personality, so like I like people. I like to be around people, and so I have a giant group chat for my entire team. I have a very large team and it's very active, but it's so fun because you have really good friends in there, and it's like people that aren't even on like your direct leg or whatever, are like cheering you on and are proud of you, and it's so much fun with that. So um that would be my tip with leadership. Just figure out, like, look within yourself of what you wanted more of and what you struggled with when you started, and do that. So let's see here. Someone told me that it was a spam when I asked them to do a host post for a couch giveaway. When someone tells me that, I just send them the giveaway or like the winners from the last giveaway, and I'm like, really, it's not. Like, you guys, it's not a scam, so like, don't even entertain that thought. Like, just be like, well, here are the winners. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
And to go with that too, if you get negative people, kill them with kindness, guys. Because I've had so many people that say something negative to me, and I just come back with something super nice, and then they're kind of like, "Oh my god, like I feel so bad," like and then they're like trying to be nice to me because I was super nice back to them. So like, honestly, kill the mean people with kindness, because then they're gonna feel terrible that they were even mean to begin with.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Someone said, what should I do when the same people comment on my giveaway posts and then in their host to post don't get any traffic? Do you have any thoughts to that or no?
I haven't really had that happen to me, but that has been in the back of my mind. So I don't know, Courtney, if you want to talk about
I
that.
do have some thoughts on that. There are a couple things. First off, if they have posted many times for you, that is when you can message them and say like, hey girl, I saw you commented on my giveaway. You're always wanting to do this. You post for me all the time. Why don't you make money with me? That's one of the ways that I do it. Get them as a distributor. They're posting all the dang time. I had one girl who posted like twice a week, and I'm like, what are you doing, girlfriend? Like, make some money. But also, this is good. Now, this, I'm very strong red. This is not me trying to be mean. If the same people comment on your post 12 million times a day, and every single post that you put up about the giveaway and their posts don't do anything, unfriend them. Make room for new people. Add new people. Fresh fish jump first. Okay? If you're not adding anybody new to your Facebook, I don't want to hear you complain that no one new is commenting. Well, there's nobody new to comment. Okay? You need to be adding new people to your network, and you need to like sift through it. If you have the same 5 people who comment on it, unfriend them and get new ones, because new people want to be in the giveaway. Every time I add new people, my giveaway posts are insane. They are popping because everyone's like, hold up, you're giving away money? Excuse me? I'm in. Count me in. I don't care what I have to do. But if I'm not adding anybody new, how am I going to have new people to post? You know what I'm saying? So that is my thoughts about that. Does anybody have any other questions for Jamie, or is there anything else you want to share that you feel like really has helped you, or anything at all?
I guess the only thing is like, don't be scared, especially if you're at the beginning, because that's my biggest regret. I wish I honestly would have just like went for it. Like, trust yourself. If you don't trust yourself, do some personal development so that you can trust yourself and go for it, because if I can do it, you guys can do it too.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Thank you so much for hopping on this Zoom. I know you were so nervous. This is the first of so many Zooms, because I know you're going to get Ruby done this month. You're going to go Diamond next month, get yourself a $15,000 bonus, and this is just the beginning for you. So thank you so much, you guys. I will put this up on my YouTube tonight. It is Courtney Wazalewski. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram, and I will answer anything. Don't reach out to Jamie. Don't bother her. You can ask me, and I'll get the questions answered from her. So I hope you guys have the best night ever, and I will talk to you soon.